Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. We'll jump in the queue here, and I happen to notice Kalento's online for the first time in a while, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe he's been playing recently and I just haven't seen him, but he's rank 8, so still doing quite well. Anyway, we have Homeless here, base plus 9, 60 seconds. Let's see what we can come up with here. I see some powerful big blue stuff, or double blue anyway, and there's Steel Forge, which sort of encourages that sort of thing. But, you know, Steel Forge is also not as great for Drake. Well, what is there that's different from double blue? Like, could you do some sort of, like, red thing? There's Vor and Feral. Those are pretty good and pretty fast. I'm inclined, you know, at first to think that's not very good, because there's good Absorb and good Soak available to the blue-green player, and also some sort of okay pressure in the form of Redeemer. And Drake, right? So I think you want the blue stuff. You can probably start with like a Manticore to let you drone up a bit more, right? Like DD, DD, DDB, S, 2, 1 or something like that. I'm not sure of the details, but it seems like it could be playable. Right, so DDB leaves you $1 and 12 drones. You have 13. You get Splitter, Steel Forge, Vivid. And you get Manticore, and like you throw in some green, and you're ready to start buying. You might want a third blue, actually. I don't know. Because, like, the Drake is not very impactful if you've bought a Steel Forge, right? But you don't usually want to buy a third blue just to threaten to click Drake. You need, like, yeah, I don't know. Well, it's nice to be able to buy, like, Doomed Mech Wall or something. Like, that's still useful to have a third blue. You'll have enough drones to do stuff like that, for sure. Now, I sort of presume Wall is coming. Opponent could make me look... I mean, against which I'm, like, happy to build a Manticore, right? But, like, I don't know. Can opponent make me look silly with a Redeemer? I don't think so, but... worth being on the lookout for. I think against that I would just... well... build Wall and another Splitter or something? Like, that would be fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I don't know, maybe this Redeemer is actually good if you get it. If opponent gets a Redeemer, they're allowing me a free Engineer kill, but it's not exactly free because I don't want to build a wall, right? But I think I'm fine skipping the Manticore if opponent's going with this somewhat more aggressive approach. I want to put on a bit more pressure. And okay, Steel Splitter is not exactly pressure, but it's the best I've got at the moment, right? Now, I would like, a Manticore here sort of seems good, but we're not actually going to be able to deny any Absorb with it, so it's actually not. And I think just a Doomed Mech is the better approach. to threaten as much damage as we can against this on this Redeemer tempo turn. Could get an Animus instead of the Conduit, but I think that's gotta be wrong. I really don't want him to get to buy this. But I mean, he has Plexo, I guess. He can do it if he wants. Plexo Force Field. Against that, maybe I should have gotten Manticore to threaten not attacking into it. Interesting. I see. Gonna try holding the Redeemer. It was only doing 1 damage after all. I guess that's allowable. I'm clearly not holding my Doomed Mech back here. It, like... I don't... It only does me any good, like... I don't know. It probably only saves me 1 health, because he won't click his Doomed Mech. Although, I don't know, maybe he actually should click it, I'm not sure. So I was asking for either 3 or 5. I can handle 3. 5 I could do with a wall, or maybe a force field. I'm just sort of thinking it would be nice to get a Redeemer if I can. But I can't really, right? So... let's do this instead. Is this Doomed Mech too soon? Like, I don't quite have a lot of permanent damage yet. This should maybe be a Manticore, actually. And I could get, say... another Forge, anticipating like Forge, Click, Wall, Gauss Cannon as a typical turn. And this makes it quite difficult for opponent to actually hold back his Doomed Mech because I can punish it so well. Okay, I guess this seems interesting enough. Yeah, I just attack for 1 into this and add like 3 damage. Seems pretty cool. Or more if I get this Redeemer. This might be a little bit too much in terms of Vivids. I kind of need the drone supply. This Redeemer kind of commits me to attacking into his Doomed Mech, which I guess is fine. The only other alternative would be like buying Splitter Gauss Cannon, which basically does the same thing. I think I should be pretty well set to defend the Gauss charges when they arrive. I think I should be pretty well set to defend the Gauss charges when they arrive. And all these Manticores, actually, they do make it very bad for opponent to Plexo. That's sort of a nice advantage. It's not good for me to hold Manticores back against just the Doomed mech, but against, like... well, is it? No. If he's holding back Doomed mech and buying Plexo, like, that's good. I think we're just doing, like... this? I don't want the Gauss Cannon. I want to have Plexos available. Should I be getting a Doomed mech? It would be really nice to have another one soon. And next turn I won't really be in a position to get one comfortably. Maybe I could get a Doomed mech and just like a preemptive wall, which kind of stinks. In fact, I think it stinks so much that I won't do it. Let's just get another splitter, put on some more pressure. If I have to sack it, like, oh well, at least it threatened one. Can I punish this Plexo by clicking Manticores effectively? Like, opponent's absorbing 8, right? I'm holding back, like, 2. Yeah, this splitter is feeling like it maybe should have been a wall, huh? Because I want to defend sort of like... like this, but... and I'm losing a Doomed mech a turn early, which kind of stinks, but, you know, what can you do? And in exchange, I get a Doomed mech back. It's not so bad. I could even hold a drone to not gambit this Doomed mech. Let's just gambit the splitter, actually. This is not such a great deny, is it? The splitter, yeah. I'm wishing it had been a wall. I wasted $1 on that, I think. But I can't... I kind of have to click the Manticores here. I can't actually do all this with $6 less. All the stuff I'm doing is kind of important. Okay, I guess I'll lose the splitter. Kind of stinks. Opponent's up quite a bit in drones. But in terms of permanent attack, well, I had a bit more a second ago. So clearly we're not getting any Manticore value this turn. That's just a no way. I think this is better than adding another Redeemer. An opponent is like realistically attacking for what? 8? So maybe holding this back is not best. But even against 8, it's like fine. Yeah. It's better than the alternative, right? I guess, yeah. If I had counted better, I would have seen that Splitter was definitely wrong. But it was appealing because I kind of threatened to follow up with a Manticore, which was nice. But it was not like a real threat. It was something I couldn't actually do. I don't know, should I have gotten a Redeemer instead of these two things? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know about drone. I kind of need conduit, I need like everything. I'm not feeling good about this game, I don't think. I don't know, I have a lot of attack. Opponent has like a ton of doomed mech tempo, but their actual permanent attack is 7, and mine is like 6, 7, 8, 11. On the other hand, you know, I'm down like 6 drones as well. Oh wait, hang on, don't do that. Got the last Manticore. Now my doomed mech tempo time is coming. So, but I do have to win pretty quickly because I don't think I can survive if the doomed mechs run out. Not run out, but not run out as in empty the supply, but as in have none left on my side of the field. On the other hand, maybe I can just buy another next turn. That's probably fine. I'll have so much tempo from holding 2 that I'll be okay. And I really want to, because I want to have a doomed mech to absorb on when this one's expiring as well. Wall supplies? Opponent only has 3 left. Interesting. Ugh. So I really want this doomed mech. And I guess I can do this to get it. It's not great, but it's fine. I don't know that I'm winning. Like, obviously this number is much larger than this number, but the amount I'm actually attacking for next turn was substantially less than my number here, right? Like, I'm probably attacking for 12, maybe only 10. I can probably manage 12. But that only really kills a wall from opponent, right? Okay. I like seeing splitters. Very inefficient purchase. I mean, I've bought plenty of them myself this game, right? Like, I've bought 4. I'm in no position to tease opponent over buying bad units. Oh, what if I got a Drake? It's so crazy, it might just work. Right? Because like, I don't want all this blue anymore, I don't think. It's a bit tough to still spend my blue. Like, I don't know, I could pay 4 attack to buy a splitter, but that seems like pretty bad. Yeah, it feels like just wall is most of my future turns for a while. Which is kind of a bummer. I think opponent's gonna win this one. I just don't have enough economy to stay alive. Well, actually... yeah, I mean, I can click 4 Manticores and attack for 6, but that's not really great value. It's something to keep in mind for, like, next turn, though, when he'll maybe have, you know, even more absorb, because he's holding back 2 doomed mechs. Oh, no. This stinks, but I kind of need it to live. Well, I mean, I could get a Plexo, but I kind of want that next turn. Oh, this feels terrible. And like the problem is with this play is that now like opponent has seen I have that option in case he forgot, and is unlikely to offer it to me on this turn when it would have been a better play. Yeah. Opponent's Doomsmax are just too OP. Well, barf. Yeah, alright. You got me, homeless. I don't exactly... I guess what just happened was that I didn't build enough econ, right? I got to the point where I was able to build the attackers I wanted, and I stopped there, which is, like, not unreasonable, but this is a set with a lot of defense, and you want a lot of drones to make use of all that. So I think this is another case where I, like, would have been helped by thinking about at the beginning of the game like what my goal drone count is and finding a way to get there, because like with Doomed Mech you have so much soak, you're so much damage per turn is doing nothing that you don't need to devote a lot of money to defense, and you can like spend more on your economy, right? And so I think it would be perfectly reasonable to look at this set and say, okay, like, what are we spending money on every turn? Well, a doomed mech and a wall and an attacker or two. That's like 20 drones. Doomed mech, wall, Gauss cannon, let's say, right? Seems reasonable. And I just, like, didn't build that much, right? Look at it. Opponent found the right level, 18, but I was down here at 12. Why? What made me think that was good? It was kind of, I think... sorry about the flickering there. I accidentally resized the window. It was kind of opponent's Redeemer. I let myself get drawn into, like... Okay, I need, like, more damage. I need more defense to, like, do something on this Redeemer turn, the Gauss charge turn. And I bought a bunch of these crappy splitters early. I also, like, I guess this turn maybe was a bit of a problem. Yeah. This is just way too many drones to be stopping at. I had this dream of building a Manticore, which is cool. And if opponent had let me get away with it, this would have been a great opening. But the problem, like, you have to be careful, and this is a mistake I make a lot with Manticore, is if you have one Steel Splitter and you build a Manticore, you don't have an Absorber. So I think that opponent saw I wanted a Manticore and said, I will make it very, very expensive for you. And he built a Redeemer. And I think that was a good counter to a mistake that I made here. You know, having made that mistake, I think it would have been reasonable to try to make good on it somehow by, say, clicking Forge here instead of buying Wall Splitter so that I can continue droning. Because I'm not yet anywhere near the number of drones that I should have in the set. Right, I could click Forge, buy 2 drones, and some NGs. Something like that, I don't know. And then I'm ready to Manticore next turn. I think that would be much better. Right, something sort of like this, where I can spend, like... I don't quite threaten Doomed Mech and 3 drones, but I could build, like, Doomed Mech, Drone, Vivid, if opponent gives me a reason to build Doomed Mech. And otherwise I can build, like, Manticore and a bunch of drones. Do you even throw this in? Is this good? Because I threaten, like, double Vivid. If I want Doomed Mech, I can still double Vivid, right? And if I don't want Doomed Mech, I can, like, Manticore, and I'll have 4 drones with which, or 4 energy, and 12 bucks, so that's, like, quad drone. So opponent, as I recall, built a wall, and, you know, that makes sense. You would think so, right? And I think a Steel Forge at this stage, right? Because he got a Doomed Mech next turn. And, I don't know, 2 drones or something. Maybe it was Vivid NG, but let's say 2 drones. Here, I'm, like, really not yet under any threat. I can build the Manticore. I don't know. Opponent's gonna build, like, a Doomed Mech. And I kind of wish I had one. But, like, isn't this pretty cool? I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. The Manticore doesn't really, like... do much. Maybe this is wrong, and it should be this. But, like, I have both of those plays available, which is kind of cool, right? And I haven't... Yeah. I think this just works out a lot better. The Doomed Mech is, like, eh. And, like, I kind of wish I had a conduit, but This seems a little like more reasonable, right? I'm at 16 drones instead of 12 or 13 or whatever I had. And like, what exactly, in what ways am I worse off? Kind of none. Well, I don't have a wall, but instead I have 2 NGs, which is not bad, and I have a bunch of drones, and I'm missing this conduit. So like, there's some trade-offs, but the conduit's not great right now. The wall is not great. Yeah, so I think like my turn 4 is questionable. The plan that I hoped to go with, which was a Manticore, like, maybe it could work. Opponent could build a wall against my splitter. It's possible. Against that, Manticore is great. And I do have a backup plan that would have been good, I think, which was to get like Forge Click to let me just not spend any blue this turn and go back to droning. So I don't think we can necessarily say that turn 4 was a mistake. It has 2 reasonable plans out of it, it seems like. The real problem was turn 5, where like you really don't want to have exactly 2 attackers and a wall against like, like, wouldn't it be better just be holding a splitter? I was just so eager to kill this one engineer that I ruined my whole build. So I guess I got baited, maybe? I don't know. And I think, like, after this, sure, there were some tactical plays, some decision-making that was, like, maybe not great. I got to use my Manticores, but, like, most of this stuff I think doesn't matter. I just didn't have enough drones and no way to get there. And as long as the opponent didn't make too many mistakes, I was gonna lose. Okay, cool. Well, interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.